Hi Cyberclass, this is Professor Opterbeck. I'm making this video to touch base with you in advance of our summit meeting on Saturday. I'm excited about our meeting. I think we have a good lineup of speakers and I think we're going to have a great day. A couple of logistical notes. For those of you who are meeting with us in person, we are going to be in room 272. For those of you who are doing the class entirely online, you've received a Microsoft Teams invite. Last I checked, I think everyone has accepted. We will be using that Microsoft Teams link throughout the entire day. For those of you who will be there in person, please bring a pair of earbuds or headphones. There is a group exercise that we're going to be working on throughout the day, as you see in the schedule that I posted to the Blackboard page. And to be able to do that with people both in class and hybrid, and to maintain social distancing, we're going to have to do all of the group activity through Microsoft Teams. So even if you are present in the classroom, you're going to need to be on Teams and communicating in a breakout group. And if you don't have headphones, it can create a feedback loop. I'm going to try, I think, when we do those groups, to have some people remain in the classroom and some maybe just out in the hallway. But in any event, please bring headphones if you're going to be there in person. Concerning our speakers, we have a really great lineup of speakers. Our first speaker is Kelly Bissell, and he works for Accenture Consulting. He wrote a report, and Accenture writes a report on the state of cybersecurity every year, and I thought their report for this year was really helpful and interesting. I'm going to provide to you a link to that report. And I would ask that just sometime this evening or tomorrow that you at least take a peek at it if you can, or Saturday morning. Kelly's going to go through some findings from that report with us. You don't have to read the whole thing in detail, but just take a peek at it if you can. I think he's going to be an interesting speaker. He's not a lawyer. Accenture's not a law firm. What they're doing is incident response type consulting, and also forensic kind of consulting and prophylactic kind of consulting. And I think that's going to be useful for you to see from that perspective what some of the cybersecurity issues and problems are that companies are facing today, and some of the practical steps that a consultancy like Accenture takes to try and resolve and mitigate those problems. And he'll also talk to us a little bit about the ways in which he interfaces with lawyers, and also the ways in which some lawyers are working on his team, not as lawyers, but as consultants in this space. So I think that'll be a good way to kick us off. As you see in the schedule, we're going to intermix the speakers and our work on our group project, and I'll introduce you to the scenario and the group project when we meet on Saturday. Our second speaker is Ken Rashbaum. Ken Rashbaum works for a law firm called Barton. I've known Ken for a number of years. I've spoken on a number of panels with him. He's really a great hands-on privacy and cybersecurity lawyer. And he's going to give us a feel for the kinds of work he does, how he got into this. And you'll see, like many people, he didn't get into it through a straightforward path. And what he sees as some of the challenges that are coming that his clients face. And then our third speaker later in the day is Aaron Fisher, who is an in-house lawyer for a company called Datadog. I'll talk more about this with Aaron when I introduce him to you, but Aaron was one of my students here at Seton Hall in a class much like this one, and a couple of classes like this one. So he's a Seton Hall alum who's gone out and he's doing some really interesting technology transactional work. So his work isn't exactly cybersecurity and privacy, but it's technology and transaction related, and he'll give you a good introduction to the kind of business he's in, and again, how he got there. For all of these speakers, the format is intended to be largely conversational. I kind of lead a discussion with the speakers. I invite you to think of some questions for them. There will be some time for Q&A at the end, and you're going to be welcome to ask them substantive questions about the kind of challenges they face and the work they do, but also practical questions about your interest in this field, how they got into it, advice for beginning your career, and all of those sorts of things, which I think are really a benefit of having this kind of forum setting, this kind of summit setting that we meet in this class on Saturdays. So I'm really looking forward to our meetings. I'm also posting to the Blackboard site the biographical sketches for Ken Rashbaum and Aaron Fisher, or for Ken Rashbaum's biographical sketch and Aaron Fisher's company. And again, just try to take a peek of those, get familiar with them, see if any questions pop to mind. So I'm really looking forward to a good discussion on Saturday, and I will see some of you in person and some of you online then.